This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Appreciate all of you, by the way, that are watching and tuning in and downloading the show all weekend long, all throughout the week. I really appreciate that. All right, go ahead. Ready?
Flo, I wanted to ask your thoughts on how Ryan Fitzpatrick played today.
We had some, spurts there where we're moving the ball, but obviously with the turnovers, those are huge. I mean, we talk about that, a lot as a team. It's tough to win when you turn the ball over. But I did think he had put some drives together. We only finished the one, but just too many turnovers at the end of the day.
Armando?
Coach, they ran for over 200 yards. What did you think of your run defense and the ability to stop Cam Newton running the football?
We got to do a better job run defense. Obviously, the quarterback was an issue. We got to do a better job.
Omar?
Wanted to ask you, we saw a lot of Myles Gaskin today. Was that the game plan? Was that because Jordan Howard was injured, or what was it just the plan to play him over Matt today?
Myles has practiced well. There's a rotation there at the running back with Howard, Matt. Laird got a few snaps as well. He had a couple good runs, some good plays in the passing game as well. So we left him in there.
Let me address that a second there. And I understand that the first thing you want to do, because we're kind of used to it for the last 20 years, is pile on, right? Because a lot of the crap that went on. Myles Gaskin's played well, okay? They've done a nice job of coaching the kid up, developing him, finding him in the draft. Matt Breida, obviously a free agent, and they signed him along with Howard. And I get all of that, but I love the fact that he said that there's a rotation, because you need a lot of guys to get through a season. And if you think you're going to get through the season with just Breida and Howard, and they're both going to stay healthy, man, I hope so. I mean, I pray the same thing. I pray Devontae Parker stays healthy every day and every week of the season. But I love the fact that Gaskins played well yesterday. I don't blame – the loss has nothing to do with you not playing Breida more. I mean, it's not like it's Barry Sanders. Okay? I love the acquisition of Matt Breida. They got him for nothing. A fifth rounder in a trade which was a joke. Okay? I love the pickup. Don't get me wrong. But Myles Gaskins has played well, and he had a really good camp apparently. And so, remember, he's a young player that is developing and so ascending, too. And most of these young guys, they don't play nearly as well at the beginning as when they are in football for a little while. They develop their bodies, they develop their minds, and maybe that's what's going on with Gaskins. Hey, that little catch and run he had to the outside, that was the balance he showed on that. That's special, okay? That was nice. And I don't know if anybody else makes that play, but he made it right there in that moment. So don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as a positive. You know Matt Breida can play. You know Howard's going to be a good power runner for you. If you add Myles Gaskins, plus we saw my boy Patrick Laird catch some passes too. I love this. I think it's a positive for the Dolphins. Don't be so quick to look for the negative. Be more objective and look at what they're doing. They're trying to develop a football team. And when you game plan for the Dolphins, you're not just game planning for Matt Breida now. You're also game planning for Myles Gaskins and Patrick Laird and Howard. You understand what I'm saying? So it becomes you become a much better football team when you're able. And remember where he comes from. He comes from New England, where he saw the dude that he worked for have multiple backs too and use them in multiple ways. And that's what he's doing here, or at least that's what they're trying to do here, is develop a stable of running backs. So don't be too quick to look at the negative of, well, maybe they should have played Breida more. We don't know if it would have made a difference or not. Nobody knows. Again, it's not like, well, you kept Alvin Kamara on the bench. Well, you kept Ezekiel Elliott on the bench. Let's not make Breida those kind of guys, okay? Give Myles Gaskins his credit and his due. Kid played well. When you gave him the ball, he did his job, okay? And I think the coach is doing his job also by developing multiple people at that position. Go ahead, Bill.
Flo, what can you say about Jerome Baker's day? You know, he had to stop at the goal line with N'Keal Harry. Also had the collision with Cam Newton for the touchdown, and then the penalty with Edelman on that final drive there. You know, what can you say about his kind of up and down day?
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game. It's not one guy. It's not just Jerome or Fitz. You know, we've got to do a better job as a unit, as a team, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. We didn't do enough to win today, and we've got to do a better job. So we'll go back, learn from the tape. We'll meet on this tomorrow, and then close the book on this one and move on to the next opponent.
Well, without the benefit of being able to review the game on tape, it seemed like the offensive line held up fairly well. What was your assessment from field level?
Yeah, I thought, from a protection standpoint, we were okay. We had the one sack late in the game, but other than that, it looked like we were able to protect. We had time in the pocket. It's a good rush, good secondary. But again, that part of it, it's a team game, so you can play well in one phase and not play well in enough phases and not enough, not good enough.
Josh?
Hey, Flo, what were your first impressions of Brandon Jones? You slotted in here in that first drive. I thought he had an up and down game without reviewing the film. Again, he's practiced well. We stuck him in there. I thought he made a couple good tackles in the open field. Did a good job in the kicking game from what I saw. But we'll go back and learn from the tape. Again, he's a rookie. This is his first NFL game, so he'll learn from it just like all the other rookies.
Hyde?
Yeah, Coach, just curious. Yeah, you mentioned Cam Newton's running. How much of their 217 yards do you think was based on that, and how much was just out muscling?
I mean, it was based on a lot of things. Bad technique. Bad tackling. We got to clean up a lot of things in the run game, which obviously that'll be a focus, this week.
Cam?
Hey, Flo, do you have a status update on Devontae Parker? We saw him leave and not come back.
Yeah, I mean, he's in there. We'll take a look at him over the course of the week. I don't have a status update right now, but obviously he didn't return, so we'll see what that looks like, tomorrow and in the coming days.
Adam?
I wanted to ask you about that last drive. Did you consider kicking a field goal earlier in it, or was it all along you were going to go for the touchdown? And also, do you think that Gesicki was interfered with on that last throw?
Yeah, we were obviously trying to score a touchdown. If we didn't pick up the last one, we would have kicked a field goal. Unfortunately, the ball was picked off. Whether they made the call or didn't make the call, I mean, it's not much we can do. We just got to live with the calls that are made. Or
terrible calls.
Soften.
What was your view on the field of Preston Williams on those two interceptions from Fitz in the first half? Like one where he kind of lost his footing, at least one of them, and one where he was jammed up by Gilmore. What did you see there on those plays?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go back and watch the film. I mean, all I see is all I have is the tablets. I didn't look up for that, the replay. We were just kind of moving on to, the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I'll be able to tell you that probably more tomorrow.
Joe? How did Xavier look to you? And it's obviously it seemed as though there was a rep range that you guys wanted to stay within. Is that right?
Again, I'm not going to be able to say how he looked until, I watched the tape. But, yeah, we wanted to, obviously coming off of the injury, no preseason, no games, just wanted to get the three guys in there along with Perry. So I think we got that accomplished. And I'll have a better evaluation, once I watch the tape.
We got time for one more, Ruthie.
Flo, with that, you just kind of touched on it, but without the benefit of having the preseason, I'm curious of your evaluation of the, kind of the first time these guys got to live tackle and their conditioning from that standpoint.
Well, I thought, overall the tackling could have been better. The conditioning could have been better. Obviously, without, we're not going to make any excuses on whether we had preseason games. They didn't have any preseason games either. But all things we can improve on. We can improve the tackling. We can improve the run defense. We can improve the conditioning. We'll work on those things over the course of the week. And, we got a tough opponent next week. And, we'll get back to it.